So when someone is just starting their healing journey, maybe they woke up and they like, I'm done with the way I'm living now. I can't live this way anymore. This is it. I'm making the decision to create a massive change. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to change the circumstances of my life. It's too stressful. It's too overwhelming. It's never enough. It never ends. In this case, I do recommend to start with foundational therapy, to work with therapists, to learn the foundational psychology about our psyche, how does it work, the mystery of human psyche. And also do somatic work, experiential embodiment work, breath work, to really tap into the wisdom of the body and calm down that anxious mind plugged in into the matrix, that being fed by that program that you're never enough and you have to run. So many people do use therapy still like a maintenance work to make it through the day, not to feel too anxious, not to feel too depressed, to make it through the week, to achieve some goals, and then just like exhale, take a little break, and then prepare for another week like that, armor up. So when we stabilize ourselves, when we find space for ourselves, when this shifts our perception of time, right, as we heal and expand, this is when we start to feel like, I don't want to live in that container even anymore. I don't want just to do maintenance. I don't want just to make sure I don't collapse in anxiety or depression. I don't want just to achieve my goals and the cost is my health, and now not just emotional and mental health but also physical, because of psychosomatic connection that we are aware of. And I was like, oh, so there is some space. Maybe there is space for me to self-actualize on the creative level, to discover my gifts, to share my gifts with others, to build some new relationships that are heart-based, love-based. And maybe there is so much more for me, that I can live joyfully and not under constant pressure and not, fed by that old paradigm that is the foundation of our economy and our mindset, right? Produce more, consume more, produce more. Oh, we actually can be more sustainable. Or we actually can share our gifts and make money. And we can thrive, and we can work less. And we can contribute more. And we can actually have fun creating, enjoying, offering our medicine to each other. So in this phase, this is when people want to change their lives. When they went through their own transformation, when they did a lot of healing work, they did lots of consciousness inner work, they received the downloads about who they are and what they're supposed to do, and they tap into the deepest desires of their heart and deepest gifts of their soul. And they want to create something different. So the healing business, healing and intimate arts work, service work, that can be held in the business container, entrepreneurship, independent entrepreneurship. More and more people are drawn to that. So many women, for sure, because of our emotional plasticity, but also men who have done lots of work and who have experienced the transformation, personal transformation. So in this case, it's good to transition from just working with therapists to work with a coach who has a healing business. So each coach, of course, has their own niche. They focus on different things. But as we grow, so as coaches, we also want to grow and expand and create colleagues for ourselves, right? Share our gifts on a different level. So when someone steps up into leadership position, this is when we want to help others to build their healing businesses as well, and at the same time support them from the behind the scenes, support that person behind the healing business, support that soul who wants to self-actualize and doesn't want to compromise on having a smaller expression, smaller life, smaller impact. This is when we want to do both. And this is such joy and such amazing experience and self-expression to be able to share this entrepreneurial healing journey, like the independent entrepreneurship, unplugged from the matrix, sovereign business, having absolute autonomy, like depending on the relationship basically only, interdependent. That's the real joy, and that's the foundation of the new world. The new world will be built by independent, sovereign entrepreneurs, healing entrepreneurs, the ones who understand what we are building together. So this is what my soul is loving the most right now, working with my apprentices, teaching Tantra, healing and intimate arts, going deeper with our personal healing, really addressing that support that needs to be received on a deeper level, right? Not just the foundational skills, but really go into really high discernment, highest level of integrity, highest level of alignment with our path, right? Now we're not just living it for ourselves, for personal private life, we're also leaders, how to become a leader and show up for others, and how to deal with personal triggers when we lead, because there will be a lot and challenges that come from different people with all kinds of sometimes like deeply disappointing situations, deeply shocking, deeply disturbing, and building boundaries, creating agreements, growing with our communication skills, not just communication, verbal communication, but energetic, really reading the energy, really understanding the opening in time space when it's a good time to address something or connect with someone, listen, connect with their energy, build bridges, right? Relational intelligence. So what is very valuable for people who are starting their entrepreneurial healing journey, creating their businesses, or maybe just learning the skills with an intention to build those businesses in the future and actually depend on them financially, unplug from the matrix. It's very, or people who've been on this journey for a while and they're still having challenges of dealing with it, because it can be stressful. As you go on this journey, you understand you are on your own. You don't have any corporation that takes care of you. There is no government. It's not government job. It's not mainstream business that people understand immediately what it is. Sometimes it's tricky to make a sale. Sometimes it's tricky to explain people the value, because people were not trained to understand the value of the healing work. Many people are still kind of having that old idea that the healer is somebody who works for free or maybe donation based. Still real. And as we rise in our wealth consciousness and tantric wealth mindset and really valuing ourselves, we create completely different foundation, and we need to hold that value as well. We need to learn how to show up on that level, how to support on that level, how to inspire on that level, that it's not just like a high investment, and it's an inspiration that makes people feel excited because they make a big step, a big leap, and then investing in themselves and learning from us. Receive, like, people who are like sponges, like ready to receive from you, vibrating with desire to receive all the skills, all the knowledge, all the support, all the guidance. They're just like, I want to be there too. I want to walk this path as well. Show me what you know. Show me what you do now, how you do this. So there is a huge joy to work with people on this path. I love working with visionary leaders, women and now men as well, the men who have done lots of work, and help them to weave their gifts with wealth consciousness and tantric approach to business, relational approach to business, collaborative, where we drop the competition and we focus on creation or co-creation. How can we both benefit from this? If we collaborate, will our growth double, or we're gonna create a fight? The old approach to business was competition based. The new approach to business is relational. Relational intelligence is the key here. And when we walk this path, we constantly bump into the old paradigm. People bring it in. So it's very important to develop the skill not to respond to that, but to guide on the higher level of leadership and show a different door. It's like, we're not going there, here's a better way. And that's how we gain respect. This is how we build our expertise. This is how we become recognized as great leaders, as creative leaders, not by teaching a theory. We are not just teachers who teach at school, teach something that we've never done, theoretical. We are the practitioners. We're the ones who walk this path every day and take all the risk and take 100% responsibility. And we know how it feels, every little step, every little situation, every little risk, conflict, challenge, disappointment. We know how it feels, and we work through that. And then as we grow on a different, spiral, level of the spiral, we face even bigger challenges. But we have grown so much and we have gained so many skills, so we're not afraid to face those challenges. Right? It's not like the law of attraction. It's like if you're abundant and relaxed, all the wealth just pouring into you forever. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way. It's like, no, your challenge equals your abundance. Your success equals your skills of how you deal with the hard times, with challenges, with change in your plans. Things didn't go the way you wanted or expected or planned. What are you gonna do? Yes, the abundance can pour, but you need to do the work. It's not about just sitting and meditating. The frequency work is number one, and then you have to show up in that frequency through action. So it's a combination of feminine and masculine energy. So the reason I'm sharing this that is because I do love working with women who are in healing businesses already, or the ones who want to start. As a personal confidante, the one who supports you behind the scenes, understanding what you're going through as a leader, supporting you on the soul level, on the somatic level, on the level of your psyche, emotional, psychological, helping you unlock the blockages that sometimes we get into this place and it's just like so attached to this specific door we need to open, and the keys don't match, and we just waste so much time doing that instead of like, let's try this door instead. You need someone to like redirect you, to give you a different perspective. They say miracle is a shift in perspective. So I love to work with women as their confidante, with their relational intelligence, with their internal psychological self-care awareness. And I also have my Ascension of Intimacy School of Tantra, where I train Tantra practitioners, intimacy coaches, tantric intimacy coaches, and I also teach business behind it, how to create a business container for this work, so we can give and receive from the heart, and we're being replenished with life force energy in the form of money and payment, so we can grow and expand and thrive and serve on a higher level. And that's how we create the new world. So it's very important to integrate this piece. This is what I call tantric wealth consciousness, and we are also learning it in my program, Tantra Apprenticeship program. We are going to open registration for the second cohort of Ascension of Intimacy School of Tantra. So if you want to be invited, you can join our community through the link that I will provide here, and let us show you what is possible for you. Let us show you how we can live and thrive and create new world together. We can show you how to be a sovereign, independent entrepreneur and unplug from the matrix. Create our own sacred economy through building relationships, referral networks, community, mutual support, when you can relax and feel that we've got your back. You're not alone no matter what's going on. And that creates that safety in the body that allows you to take more risks, to be more courageous, to speak your truth from the place of power with no hesitation, to step out of pleasing or impressing, because you think if you don't please or impress anyone, nobody will pay you, nobody will buy from you. So this is what is happening, and I invite you to join our community.